Hey guys, I'm here with endernate.
Hello,
You,
collaboration time.
yeah, you may know him from the channel endernate. Uh,
Wow,
I mentioned,
how could you guess that?
yeah, I mentioned a while ago I wanted to make a video with a tier list of every single enchant, and today I'm finally doing it. I'm not gonna use the tier list website because I don't know how to set that up. So we're doing it in Minecraft, in a housing.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be hopefully a pretty long video. Uh, let's just start. We got all the enchants. Do you want to start with the first one?
Yes, I will start. So our first enchant is sharp. It's just sharp. It's sharpness but worse.
Is it
It
worse than
just
vanilla?
it just deals increased melee damage with 12% at tier 3. Pretty basic.
What do you say, like it's B, like in the middle, or more like good, like A?
I mean, it's not bad, but it's not really good either. I mean, I'd say B is a safe bet.
Yeah, I would say it's a high B. I guess I'll just put it on. Definitely like a high B. Okay. Next up we have Bounty Reaper. Uh, I don't like hunting, so I'd put it low, but what do you think?
I mean, Bounty Reaper's pretty good when you have other enchants that can pair well with it.
Like Diamond
I'd,
Stomp? Bill?
yeah, yeah, Diamond Stomp, Bill, Perun, so I mean, I'd put it at A. It's definitely not an
Really?
S, but
Oh yeah?
I'd say it's A. If you have good secondaries, it's a pretty good enchant.
Well, it's the same with Sharp, but
I mean, that is true.
I mean, I guess
But in my
25%.
Yeah, in my opinion, Bounty Reaper 3 by itself is better than Sharp 3 by itself.
I mean, like I
So,
said, I don't hunt Villa Streak, so for me Bounty Reaper really isn't helpful, but
yeah,
let's just move on to the next. Diamond Stomp. Like for me, Diamond Stomp is a better bounty Reaper because every bounty is gonna have diamond armor.
yeah. Diamond Stomp is really good for defending yourself from hunters and hunting people in general. So yeah, I'd
Okay.
say A is another good placement.
Yeah, I definitely put it A. I put Bounty Reaper B, but it's fine. Let's just get through these. We have a lot. Beat the spammers.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Why would you ever want this enchant?
Look, 40% damage is a lot. Like if
It
someone's
is,
insisting on
but
like holding their bow, if someone's like paravolleying you or whatever, oh fine,
the
whatever.
only way that would ever be useful is if you're like playing against stupid nons and they just bow spam or
Yo, or a
something.
guy with a god set who's bow spamming. That happens. But I mean, I'd say it's C. Like 40% damage is a lot.
It is. I mean, it's good enough to not be D.
Yeah, these are the really bad ones. Okay, Punisher. Punisher.
Punisher is pretty decent actually. I'd say it's either A or B.
I would say it's an A. It's like Executioner, but a little bit
Yeah,
worse, but still really good.
yeah.
Okay, Kingbuster. Kingbuster is the opposite of Punisher, but I would say it's not as good because it's not like Executioner. What do you think?
I would say that King Buster is better than Punisher because one, it deals like an extra 1% more damage than Punisher or something.
It's 2%.
Okay, well, yeah, but like most targets that you hit are going to be above 50% health so that you can deal more damage on the first hit.
Like I'm thinking,
And like,
like if you're like in mid, Punisher is gonna give you more kills because it's
I mean,
gonna
that's also
make you
true.
get that final hit. That's why I'm saying it's like Executioner. And Kingbuster just
Yeah,
gonna get them low so other people can steal your kills. But I mean, we can put it A. It's definitely good.
yeah, it's definitely good.
Okay, you put it. Uh, next one, Pain Focus. Can
Pain
we,
Focus is
I think we
only
can
good
agree.
in Lifesteal.
Yeah, I think we can agree. Pain Focus 3 is definitely S tier.
I mean, if you have Lifesteal, it's definitely S tier.
Even without lifesteal, like you
I
do
don't
so
know,
much more damage.
I've never seen people use Pain Focus without Lifesteal, so I wouldn't really know much about it.
I use it in like rage pit, pain focus and rage pit. You do so much more damage. I would say.
That's true.
Are we just? Are we gonna rank like the enchants like all levels or just level 3?
I would assume just level 3, and, except for stuff like Perun or Gamble,
Okay.
and that's pretty much it.
If so, then I definitely think it should be S. Like it's much better than all the other ones we put in B or A.
Alright, I can agree with that.
Okay. Well, next up, gold and boosted.
I mean, if you're using G heads, it's alright, but it's still not that good.
What about soups?
Soups is also true,
But
but still
golden.
the damage
heart.
increase still isn't like that great. Like I'd put it at B or C.
I mean, it's slightly more damage than sharp, and a lot of people do have constant golden hearts. Yeah, B, I guess. I think it can be A if you're using it with a like golden absorption heart set, but yeah, sure. Grasshopper, what do you think about Grasshopper?
Terrible. like no, it's just bad.
I think there's uses for it if you have like cricket, or if you're getting hunted or something.
I mean,
Do you
yeah,
think
but
it's
like,
D?
yeah, I'd say it's D just because of the very low versatility that it has. Like, how
I guess
like
the damage
it's
isn't
too
that good.
situational.
Yeah, if it were a little bit more damage, then I put it on C, but I guess D.
Yeah.
Okay, Shark 3.
Shark is really good.
Shark.
Definitely S.
No need to explain. Fancy Raider.
Yeah. Fancy Raider is pretty good, but not as good as Pain Focus or Shark. I'd put it at A tier.
I would have said B actually.
I mean, a lot of people wear leather armor, so let's see, how much is the damage increase? 16%?
16.
I mean,
We
it
should-
sees more usage than Golden Boosted, and it does more damage in Sharp.
I mean, we can put it A. I guess A can just be good. What's it called again? Fancy Raider. Bruiser. Bruiser 3 S or A?
I mean, I'd say it's A tier. Like,
Really?
it's a good enchant, but it's not like really good. I mean, it used to be good when like Peroxide 1 was a thing, but
I mean, Peroxide 1 is still. Peroxide 1
it
Bruiser
is.
3 is still like really good. Boo Boo Bruiser 3. Or Bruiser 3 Peroxide 3. Lets you be
Yeah.
pretty invincible.
I mean, I still think it's just A tier because it's
Oh, yeah.
not. It's just not practical to use Bruiser 3 like a lot. So
I mean, I personally block hit quite a bit, but I do prefer Duelist over Bruiser, but Bruiser 3 is really good, but we can put A, sure. Next up, Berserker.
Berserker, I personally have never used Berserker, but like from what I've heard, it's pretty good, I think. I don't know, what do you think?
It's a 30% chance for 50% extra damage, so it's on average 15% more damage, or... And it's only if you're on the ground. I would say it's B. I mean, it's decent. I just barely see it, actually. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say B is probably a good spot.
Sure. Speedy kill. I'm just gonna put it in. There's so many better ways to get speed. Speedy kill is only speed 1.
Yes.
It's only speed 1, it's only on kill. Like, combo swift is so much better. Anything else that gives you
Yeah.
speed. Speedy kill
It's
is
just
stupid.
terrible.
Counter Janitor. What do you think about Counter Janitor?
I think that Counter Janitor 3 is pretty good. Like, You can use it as a replacement for dirty, and instead of using dirty, you could use like gladiator or something, and then you
Yeah.
could have gladiator plus resistance 1.
Okay, that's nice. So we're sort of we're like on the same page because I don't use dirty pretty much ever. So kind of gladiator. If I had a sword with that, that would be pretty useful. So I could like swap out R and R. So A or B
Yeah.
maybe. I think it's A personally.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Guts.
Guts. What?
Guts is just.
What do you mean?
I
Bad?
mean.
Guts is
Yeah.
really good. Have you ever like tenacity is so good? Guts is
I mean,
the same as
if you have
tenacity.
tenacity 2 plus guts 3, that's 2 hearts per kill, which
Yeah.
I suppose is pretty good, but you need to have like other damage enchants on
If you
your
have like
sword if you want to have
executioner,
guts.
like executioner guts is like a really good combo. I think guts is really good. You don't? We can
I
put
mean, I think it's only good with certain other enchants on the sword.
okay, we can put it on B, I suppose. Does that sound good? Would you have put it on C?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a really good enchant, especially 3. Okay, combo damage.
Combo damage, I would say, is S tier.
I it's 15% damage on average, which is slightly better than sharp. I think it's the same like as like Berserker and all. I would put it on B honestly.
What do you mean 15% damage?
Well, it's every third hit it's 45% more damage, so that's 15% on average.
I mean, if you're streaking mid, that's gonna be proccing like really, really, really often.
Yeah,
Like, I would say it's S tier.
let's put it A then. I really
Okay.
it's not it's just another one of the damage engines that are all like 15% damage increase or like around those.
Yeah.
Are you just a Pinky stan?
No, I just really like combo damage.
Oh yeah. Then combo heal.
Combo heal is like bad.
I actually
Like-
really like the like it's not S, but especially if you I mean I don't use Vampire, but if you're using Vampire it gives you absorption.
True. My personal opinion is B.
I would say combo heal 3 is A, but we can put it on B, sure. I'm fine with that, I guess. For me it would be at least like a high B though, but sure. Combo Swift.
Combo Swift is really good.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. Speedy Kill is like a really bad version of Combo Swift.
Yeah.
Combo Swift 3 is speed 2, like that's really good. Let's put it on A, I guess.
Yeah.
Speed 2 is
Lifesteal.
really nice.
Wait, no, hold on. Not Lifesteal. Crush.
Crush. I don't really use Crush. Is it even good? Like, it only
Not
lasts.
really.
It only lasts for like your opponent to give like 1 or 2 hits.
Yeah, and the thing about Crush is that it cancels Wasp, and Wasp is just a better version of Crush. So,
Do you want to put it
like,
maybe B or C?
I would say C.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, now we have Lifesteal.
Lifesteal.
I would say Lifesteal is S tier.
Lifesteal 3 S tier. Let me spell it out instead of just abbreviation. Even though being focused, whatever. Knockback.
Knockback.
Okay, we're at the rares now. Knockback. Ooh, yay.
Woo.
Ooh, yay.
If you use it in Sky area, it's S tier. Otherwise, it's D tier.
I would say it's C tier just for like King of the Ladder and stuff.
Yeah, I think C.
I mean,
I think C is the better.
I mean, I'm fine
treatment.
with putting for the fact that it's a rare. It's D. Like,
Yeah.
as a rare, it's absolutely useless. Like if you
Like-
get a rare message and it's knockback, you're like frick.
Yeah.
And there's better enchants that mess with people. Bullet time.
Bullet time is good, but it's very situational.
I actually really like bullet time 2 and 3. I think they're really worth using. If someone's bow spamming, you can like heal up
Yeah.
I think A for like bullet time 3.
Uh, I wouldn't say A. I would say B.
Okay.
That's just me though.
I mean that's okay. I just like it, but it's fine. Revengeance.
Terrible. It's absolutely terrible. No matter how high you make the damage on that, it's terrible.
I mean, if a hopper kills you and the damage is so high you can one-shot them, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but like,
I mean,
no.
the pit is such a toxic game mode, we don't need an enchant to like make it more toxic.
Right?
Okay, Duelist. Like I said, I like Duelist more than Bruiser, so we put Bruiser on... Where did we put Bruiser?
We put Bruiser on A.
I really like Duelist. It heals you while you're blockading, so you're taking less damage, you're healing, and you do more damage. Like, Duelist 3 75% more in your next hit. Like,
Yeah,
that's a
Duelist I'd say is pretty good. I'm not sure if it's S tier, but it is definitely at least A tier.
lot. Yeah, it's like, it's definitely a high A. Like, you know, like, Rise, Shark 3, Duelist, Perun, like, yeah. Really good swords. Or like Lifesteal Duelist, yeah.
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage. For a
This
rare,
is-
eh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad for a rare. It's only good if you're like hunting somebody and you need to slow them.
Yeah, or like if someone's using gapples, like a hopper.
Yeah,
I would say it's like C.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like slowing people down, I get it. Like people run all the time, it's really annoying, but for a rare, it's really not good.
Yeah.
Okay, Prune. Eh. I would say like it's like
Prune.
C.
You know, I'd say Peru's pretty bad. I mean, it's only true damage. It's not that great. I'd put it like E tier.
Yeah, I don't really like Prune. I think it's too OP. There's only, well, I guess, Hermit and Aura, but apart from that, there's only one way to not take damage from Prune. And
Yeah,
Prune is so good
I'd
that
say.
it's like not fun that it's in the game, in my opinion, but it's S tier.
Yeah,
Especially Prune 3 is just
definitely yes.
used by like hyper sieges that don't know how to share a
Yeah.
lobby. Okay.
Executioner. Definitely another S tier.
Yeah. Even Exit
No
1 in
need
my...
to explain.
Like, what do you think about Exit 1? Because I think even that is just like S tier.
Okay, so here's my thing about XE1. I have enchanted 2 swords that have had really good secondaries and then gotten Executioner 1. And I've used both of them, and it doesn't proc as often as I'd... Oh, whoops. It doesn't proc as often as I'd like it to, but it's still decent, even at
Yeah.
tier 1.
I've enchanted 2 different Gold Bomb 3 Exit 1s, and I really like it. I really like Exit 1. So Exit 3 even better. Definitely S.
Yeah. Like, I've borrowed an Executioner 3, Punisher 3, and it was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so satisfying.
Sounds good. Speedy hit 4 rare. Speedy hit is bad. Right, it's only speed 1,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so it's literally just speedy kill, but like
On hit, so
procs more often.
I'd say C then. I mean, for rare it's so disappointing, but I guess
It
if it's
is.
better than speedy kill, it should be a little bit higher.
Yeah. The punch.
The punch, that was a... like, KB is annoying, but the punch is a good annoying, in my opinion. What do you say?
Yes. The punch is a good annoying. I like the punch.
I mean,
It's really useful for like deterring hunters away from you.
yeah, I've
Or
streaked
just
with the
screwing
punch sword
people.
just for that. For rare though, it's C. If it wasn't a rare, I would put it on like B. But
I
for
mean,
what do you put it on? Where would
I
you
would put it on. I would put it on B,
Okay.
just because it's
I would say
useful.
it's like a low B though, but sure. Gamble.
Gamble,
Ooh,
S tier.
The Gamble is... it's like Perun right now, but worse. Like Hermit and Aura with Gamble. I hate it so much that that's in the game.
Yeah. Like, Gamble
So
can
bad.
drop people really fast. And
Yeah,
if you use it with Hermit or Aura, it's just even better.
it's I don't know why it's in the game. Like, Hermit Gamble should not be a thing. Aura Gamble is also just so good that it shouldn't be a thing in my opinion, but it's a thing. Yay.
It's a thing.
I really like Gamble 1 because you can streak with it and
Yeah.
just I've like a Gamble Duelist, so it's really epic. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
combo stun is next.
This is a pretty bad enchant. Like, it's just not useful. It tries to be useful, it's just not.
Yeah, for a rare, it's really bad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work against hoppers. If it's stunned hoppers, maybe. But
Yeah. That'd be really cool if it's stun toppers. Mini
Okay.
clone.
yeah, mini clone make it do that. Okay, Billionaire. That's the third enchant that is so bad. Bill has to be nerfed. Like the gold, in my opinion, the gold should go up just because Highlander and Celebrity exist
Yeah,
now.
like, people who actually use Billionaire have no reason to actually worry about the gold cost. Which
Yeah. But like I think
Like-
it's fine like before 1.0. But now people have so much money that
yeah. It's just insane.
oh yeah. Healer.
Healer
I mean
S+. S+.
bro. Like healer has some uses, so I don't think it should be D, but it's really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I'd say it's C.
Okay. Now pants and chance protection.
Protection is basic. It's alright. It's not absolutely great or anything, but it's alright. I'd say like A.
I put it on B because there's like I would say like fractional reserve is A, or maybe it's S. I think Prot 3 is like, I mean it's like 10% damage reduction, like Knocklad 3 is
Yeah.
twice that, you know?
I'd say B is fair.
Yeah. I thought so. Diamond Allergy.
Diamond Allergy is only good if you have like another damage reduction enchant. It's good against hoppers, I will say that.
Yeah, it's good against hovers, but like, I kind of wish it worked against Dars, because they're the most like legit.
Yeah.
It's like the most you're gonna get hunted with like combat shovel and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say it's like B maybe.
Yeah, I'd say B is good. Cause like, if you're just like generally streaking with Diamond Allergy, not many people are actually going to be hitting you with diamond weapons.
Yeah. And I think 30% damage reduction isn't that much either, like, could be a bit more. If it were more, I'd say A.
30% is Gladiator, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Ring armor.
Ring armor. If
Terrible.
someone's MLB hunting you, then it's pretty decent. Like ring armor 3 actually is like 60%. That's a lot, you know.
That is a lot, but like, it's just not useful.
I mean, I would say it's just because it's 60% damage reduction. Like when someone is bowing you, it's really good for that. So I would put it at least on C, or on C.
I would say D just because you just never actually use it.
Well, if someone hunts you with mega longbow,
But that's like the one exception.
okay, sure we can put it. Ring armor, I guess. 60% though. Billy. Do you think Billy is good since the buff?
I don't remember when it got buffed.
1.0.
What?
It used to be just 15% damage reduction, I think, and then they made it 4% per 1,000 bounties, so it's still...
So if you have a 5k, it's at minus 20%.
Yeah, it used to be D, but I mean, it's still not great.
Yeah.
Does
like,
it
you
work
have
with
to-
Highlander?
I have no idea, actually.
Because I
Like the
yeah.
enchant description makes it seem like it would, because it doesn't say caps at 5,000 or anything. I would still say it's C though, just because
Yeah.
you have to like really build up your bounty if you wanted to actually do anything.
Okay. Not gladiator.
It's just Gladiator, but slightly worse. It's good for streaking mid, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's
I
above
would
prot,
say.
so I would say A.
I mean, yeah, I'd say A is fair.
But I mean, frac is just better, but I don't know if frac is S, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Cricket. I actually like cricket. What do you think?
I hate cricket.
Like when someone's hunting you, you have cricket, you just run over grass, you heal up.
That's true, but like,
Cricket
you
and
have to
Bruiser
like,
3 works as well.
I don't know. It's the same thing as Grasshopper. It's decent, but like very situational and not very practical to
I think it's
use a
better than
lot.
Grasshopper.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Grasshopper. I'd say C.
Okay. Like I had pants that were like Cricket 3, Boo Boo 3, and I never used them, but I think they were pretty good. Anyway, Max Swimmer.
Big Swimmer.
It's like ring
This
armor.
is
It's so much protection.
Yeah. This is the enchant that like everybody hates, but like it sees more usage than ring armor, and it's a lot of defense.
It's the same defense.
So
But
I
yeah,
wouldn't really know.
Okay, let's put it in C then.
Yeah. It just depends on the map you're playing on. Like if there's a lot of water around that you can easily get to, then I'd say Mixed Swimmer is actually pretty useful for defending yourself.
Yeah. And people don't really make boxes anymore, but because people make rings now, but like in boxes people would always place lava and then Max Swimmer would proc, so
Yeah.
I think it's bad, but it's not terrible. Dag?
Yeah.
David and
Dag,
Goliath?
I'd say Dag is at least an A. A lot of
Okay.
people use it for hunting. It's a really good hunting enchant.
What's the hunting enchant for pets? Yeah. Again, I don't like hunting, but I used to have my Dag Crit Funky pants. They were really good against hoppers. Eggs S plus question mark? First S plus?
I have a pair of Solitude Eggs pants. Okay, they're absolutely godly. No, they're not. They're like D, definitely.
Egg.
Like, when you're using Mystics, you have a lot of stuff in your hotbar. And eggs, like, although they could be useful for like starting a combo, it's just not worth having them take up a hotbar slot.
Okay. Peroxide? Peroxide 3 is what we're talking about. I think Regen 2 is really good.
Yeah, I would say probably S tier.
I mean, I use Soothsay of Regen 2, but if you're using like Vampire, Peroxide 3, yeah, we can put it S. Sounds good to me. And how long? It is 8 seconds? Like if you're getting hunted, someone hits you once,
Yeah,
then
that's a
you
lot
just
of
heal that
healing.
back. Even though, would you say Peroxide is better than Boo Boo? Because I think Boo Boo is better. But
The ages old controversy. Is Peroxide better than Boo Boo?
because Peroxide 3 is slightly more healing, but Boo Boo doesn't like override your other regen.
Boo Boo 3 is 1 heart every 3 seconds. That's
And Peroxide is every
quite a bit.
Peroxide is every 2.5, I think, right? With regen 2.
I have no idea.
I mean, I would almost
mean,
put Pro on A, but S
I
is
do
fine.
get what you're saying about Boo Boo not interrupting your healing. I would honestly say they're like pretty much the same.
Okay, sure. Last Stand.
It's just bad.
Resistance 3 is a
But, like,
lot.
It is, but like
I mean, I guess
it
once
only
you're 3
procs when you're on
hearts.
3 hearts. When you're at 3 hearts, you're pretty much dead anyways.
Sure. Like, do you think it should be like 5 hearts, maybe?
I would say if they buffed Last Stand, it would probably be pretty good. If I wouldn't say 5 hearts because that's like half health, but like I would say if they buffed it to 4 hearts, that would give you time to like be able to actually survive, and it would be really good.
I mean, when I
But
get
for
low, activate resistance, drink all my soups, heal up, have resistance 3, but yeah. I mean, maybe if it were longer as well, like 4 seconds isn't that long. Because I think Revitalize,
yeah,
I'd say C.
yeah, I was gonna say C.
Yeah, Revitalize is next. So Revitalize with Last Stand, kind of OP combo.
Yeah, Revitalize just seems better than Last Stand in general because you get healing and speed.
I get, yeah.
But again, it only procs when you reach 3 hearts, and
Regen 3 is quite a lot though, and 5 seconds of Regen 3.
by comparison, Olympus is 10 seconds of regen 3.
Okay, well, I don't use do you? Oh yeah, you use Olympus, I think.
I do use Olympus.
Okay. Well, for us normal people that don't use Olympus,
I can't. Oh, shut up.
Speed 2 is also, I would say it B. Maybe. Like a low B.
I don't know. I would say C.
Because I would say it's better than Last Stand, but sure we can
It
put it
is
as C.
better than Last Stand, but I don't think it deserves B tier either.
Okay. Gotta go fast.
This is pretty good. I would say at least A.
Yeah, A. Gotta go.
It's especially useful in pizza.
Yeah. Like, I mean, 20% speed, pretty nice. Does it actually multiply all your other speed, like, or does it add? Because I actually don't know.
It adds, because
Oh.
if in pizza you have speed 2, and then I'm pretty sure speed is 20% more movement speed per level. So
it's
gotta
like,
go fast 3 is just speed 1.
so it just adds 1 speed level, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could have speed 3 in pizza.
Pretty decent. TNT for botters.
Buying
S.
time.
Do you think TNT is
For-
like good outside of botting though?
Not really, unless there's like a box.
I would say B. I
Otherwise,
guess.
yeah, B. Like
Yeah.
TNT is good for like trolling people by breaking their rings and stuff.
Yeah, you can't. Or you can't place it inside of rings, right? Just like outside.
It has to be outside the sea lantern ring.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, B is fine. Counter offensive.
I used to have a pair of offensive pants, and they were actually pretty good.
I mean, Speed 2
Let's
is
see.
good,
And it only takes 2 hits to proc.
and
Like,
it's 7 seconds. I mean, I got hunted a while ago by someone with like counter offensive 3 electrolytes and gotta go fast 3.
oh my
That
gosh.
was not fun.
I would say that counteroffensive is definitely A, and I also feel like it's absolutely underrated. Like, it's
Yeah.
just it's an enchant that a lot of people just glance over, but it's actually pretty good.
I mean, it's kind of like Combo Swift 3, where it's like perma speed 2 pretty much. Where do we put Combo Swift? Yeah, we also put that at 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Hearts. Hearts 3, I like Hearts.
By itself, I would say it's just bad.
Really?
But like, if you have other damage reduction enchants that are decent, I would say the Hearts is a nice add-on to that.
I mean, Hearts 3s would make Rambo, maybe, if you get like max Hearts. Also, with Pain Focus, it's an extra 5% more damage.
That's true.
In
I
Rage,
still would,
in Rage
at
Pit,
least
it's an
say-
extra 10% more damage.
yeah, I would say B at the very most.
Yeah. I think it should be more hearts, honestly. Like, it takes up 3
Yeah.
tokens for 1 single heart. I don't.
Yeah.
It should be like half a heart, 1 heart, 2 hearts, and like, cause like hearts 1 is what, 0.25 more hearts? No.
Yeah, that's like,
bad.
yeah.
Okay, Boo Boo, Boo Boo.
Boo.
We put Pero. I think Boo Boo is slightly better than Pero.
I don't really have an opinion on Pero or Boo Boo. I think they're pretty much the same.
I think all healing should like add together, not just overwrite each other. But maybe that would be too much.
I think that would allow for some very broken things.
Nah. Okay, Mirror, Mirror.
Mirror, I would say, is S tier, just
Okay.
because you can actually protect yourself from Perun and Campbell.
Yeah. It doesn't work against Misery though, but otherwise.
Like mirror is your only option except for like Hermit.
Yeah. Like I do think it sucks that true damage is so OP and there's only one
Yeah.
single enchant that works.
Yeah. Unless you
Because
use
singularity doesn't work, right?
no, it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. It sucks that it's like that. Okay, creative.
Creative is D tier just because you can buy Obby.
Yeah.
And it can be broken faster with Barbarian.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's useless because there's Obsidian. Okay.
Yeah.
Brick. I think Brick is S, personally.
I think Prick is A.
I mean, for a guy who
It's
uses soups, Brick is so good. Prick 3 cancels out vampire healing. If a hopper attacks you and they have like golden hearts, they're just killing themselves on you. I really like Prick like a lot.
Like,
I would say it's
I think
S.
Prick is pretty good, but I wouldn't say S. But if you want to put it at S, that's fine.
Because Prick 3 is 0.5 hearts of true damage.
Yeah.
And like, I get comboed a lot and they kill themselves by comboing me. Have you ever like used Prick and someone bows you, dies, and you get a mistake drop from that? That's like so satisfying.
Okay. I only have one pair of Prick pants, and it's on 1 life anyways, so...
I don't have any. I'm trying to buy Crit Funky Prick currently. Okay.
Speaking of Crit Funky.
Oh yeah, Crit Funky.
Crit Funky is definitely S tier, even after the nerf. It's still like the go-to streaking enchant.
Yeah. Crit Funky. Good. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it makes you take way less damage from crits. It also boosts your damage, so it's like one of the only pants that boosts damage.
Yeah.
Like pretty much the only pants. So like it Rage Pit as well. Really good.
Definitely good.
Okay, Hunt the Hunter. Does this one work with Highlander? Because I think this one doesn't, but Billy does.
I don't know. I think if you're running Hunt the Hunter, it doesn't block the Highlander damage, but it still blocks the bounty damage.
Okay. I actually like Hunt the Hunter, like like if you're on a streak and no one's hunting you and there's just like Iron Nons, they're the ones doing the most damage, so having Hunt the Hunter is like really good. And like the fact that that even Hunt the Hunter 2, it just blocks out all their extra damage, and then 3 makes them do even less. I would say it's A. Okay. Excess. Do you use Excess with Olympus?
I tried it like once or twice, and it was alright, I guess. Again, Excess is only good if you're using like soups or G heads.
Well, the thing is, you already have 4 soups, you don't need more soups.
I mean, yeah,
So it's
if
like
you use Overheal, it's already a full hotbar anyways.
Yeah, it's only really good with... I mean, maybe in Rage Pit you can like store up more, but you can use soups as well to get more if you really need more. Potatoes.
I'd say Excess is B just because it doesn't see that much usage outside of G heads and certain situations.
I think it's definitely good if you're like low prestige and using G heads.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely good for low
like
prestige.
Personally, I wouldn't use it. Okay, respawn resistance. Can we put all the respawns like at least in C? Like C.
I would argue to
C and
I would
D.
argue to put respawn resistance at D, and then respawn absorption can go in C.
I would say also I would put them all in D actually.
I mean,
wait, next one is absorption.
Absorption. I mean, that's 15 hearts of absorption. If you're hunting somebody, that can actually be pretty good. It's needless suffering, but slightly worse, and not dark pants.
Fine, we can put it here. I don't think it's good, but yeah, I guess it has its uses.
Electrolytes.
Electrolytes also has its uses.
Yeah.
Like people used to electrolytes sprint drain 3. What is it? Gotta go
faster in the shadow.
Yeah, faster in the shadow 3. I'd say B maybe.
Yeah, I'd say high B.
Okay. Sounds good.
Danger close. Speed 3 when reaching 4 hearts. This is just one of those enchants that I kind of forget exists.
It's kind of like Revitalize but worse, but I guess if you have Danger Close and Last Stand, that's kind of the same as Revitalize, kind of.
Yeah, Danger Close, Last Stand, and Revitalize are all like the same kind of enchant, so if you pair them together, it's actually pretty good.
Where did we put Revitalize? I forgot.
Oh, it's C. Revitalize
C.
in C.
Yeah, let's put it in D then. D close. Okay, Golden Heart 3, S or A?
A. It's not S,
really?
but it's still pretty good.
I think it's really good, but we can put it A. I would say high A at the very least. I mean,
Yeah.
2 absorption every time you kill someone, it's like Guts, but much better.
Yeah.
Stakes. Some people really like stakes, I don't really use stakes.
Yeah, I've never used stakes either, but I want to try them out sometime. I feel like stakes is very controversial. Like, a lot of people either love stakes or they absolutely hate it with every inch of their life force. So, like,
I mean,
I don't really
stakes is only
know.
good if you pair it with Lifesteal. Because you do extra
Yeah.
damage and you need more healing as well.
I would say B, just because you don't have to use a perk slot for Vampire or anything else.
Well,
for
actually that
healing.
would make it A for me, but we could put it B. I think it's a pretty good enchant. You should try it, I guess.
Yeah, I want to buy a pair at some point.
Yeah, Snowballs. We put eggs in D, so
Snowballs.
can we put... Do we also put Snowballs in D?
Well, here's the thing about Snowballs. They ignore the knockback, like, cooldown. So, like, if you spam somebody with it, they will go flying.
I mean, I know they they do true damage, but only very little. So I don't think
I
that's
would
really...
say-
I don't think that matters. And
I would say it's better than eggs.
it is better than eggs, but for me it's like eggs, but they also slow enemies. That's like what I'd say. I'd still
I
put
did
them
a-
on D.
I was part of I did a test with Ripcell and Log, and they threw snowballs at me, and like I went flying back like 5 blocks.
Oh, we can. I mean, for a rare, it's D in my opinion, though.
Yeah, I would say D is still fine. It just has that one weird gimmick that's fun to play around with.
Martyrdom,
Martyrdom.
also D, maybe.
It's fun to use, but it's bad. Like,
Yeah, the only thing you could say is like, oh, if you're getting hunted, you can switch to them, and like you get promotion and everything, and they might die. But
the only way you can raise the tier for Martyrdom is if it gets Artifact. And then I would say it's like C or B. Probably still C.
I guess. Okay, Wolfpack. Wolfpack is really annoying for if you're streaking in a lobby and someone else is using Wolfpack, but Wolfpack is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's basically Blob.
Yeah, I think it's slightly better because it like aims at people.
Yeah,
I would say it's like A, maybe S. Would you say A?
I'd
S?
say A.
Yeah, okay. Snowman
Snowman
Army. Also D.
Yeah, it's just annoying for everybody else in the lobby, and it doesn't even really do much for you anyways.
Okay. Okay, now Blob. Blob's next.
Blob, I would say is S just because of the sheer amount of usefulness that it has for streaking, and it's like the go-to pants enchant for Ubers.
Sure. I mean, Blob 3 is pretty good, I think. And I'm glad that Blob 1 isn't broken anymore. Instaboom. Oh, it's enchant number 69. Nice. Do you like Instaboom?
I've never used Instaboom. Well, actually, I think I enchanted a pair once. I didn't really use it much though.
So,
But
thing is, I've also never really used Instaboom, but I've used Devil's Tricks to Instaboom. So I really like doing that. So I think I'd also like Instaboom.
Honestly, I don't think Instaboom's that great. I would put it at B.
I think like if someone's hunting you, you can just like launch yourself. Like on King's
Yeah.
map on the port, you can just like skip areas and they have to like run around. But I guess for a B we can put it on, or for a rare we can put it on B. I'm sorry, it's hard to talk. Instaboom with 3 O's. Okay. What's next? Escape pod.
It's basically punching yourself when you're about to die.
Yeah.
Which is
And it gives
kind
regen.
of cool, I guess. Yeah, it does give regen. Escape pod 3, wait, it's regen 4 for 30 seconds? That's that's a lot of healing. That is a lot of healing.
Yeah, I've been like hunted before and we went into like a small area and they it procced and then for the next 30 seconds I was still fighting them. But they had crit funky. So I died.
I'd say it's A, just because it's basically Phoenix but better.
Okay. I don't like that you have to that it's like only once per life.
Yeah.
I think it
Well, if it wasn't once per life, that would just be broken and destroy everything.
I mean it's like it procs and then you have to lose a life on it before it can proc again. Like that's what I mean. Like the pants have to lose life. It's like Martyrdom or something. So that's what I don't like about it.
Wait, you don't lose lives when it procs though, do you?
No,
That's
but
Phoenix.
it doesn't proc again until it loses a life.
Well, if you're on Mega Streak, then it doesn't lose lives when you die.
Yeah, then I don't think you can proc it again until... Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but...
I think that'd be something worth testing.
Yeah, let's get escape pods and lose lives on them. Okay, Singularity. Do you think with a buff it's good? Wait, did it even get buffed?
It got buffed and then the buff got reverted, so now it's just back to being bad again.
Wasn't it
But
buffed and then it got reverted like halfway? I thought...
I can't remember. Let's look.
I think it was buffed to like 1 heart and then like reverted to something. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
not.
it was buffed to 1 heart, and then it was reverted to
Oh yeah, I also got it.
1.5.
Yeah. Oh, it used to be 3
So, yeah,
to
that was
1.5, now it's 2.5
Okay,
to
so they
1.5.
buffed Singularity 1.
Okay, we're not talking about that then. I think it's not really good.
Yeah,
I'd say like C.
yeah. If they kept the buff though, it would be S tier, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, half a heart is a big difference, like if it's a third. Yeah. Solitude 3.
Solitude, I would say, is S tier.
Yeah. Don't really need to talk about that much.
Yeah.
Okay, Phoenix.
Phoenix, I think, is bad because it's very finicky with how it procs. Like, sometimes it procs way earlier than it should, and it's just really annoying to deal with. I would say Phoenix is like C or B.
I mean, I like the... I think it's worse than Escape Pod. If we put Escape Pod A, it should be B.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Gomra Heart. Did it... Gomra...
Galmral's Heart. I once enchanted a pair of Blob 2 Galmral 1, and it was you don't even notice Galmral because it's just bad. It's just a
Yeah.
bad enchant. I have nothing else to say. It's just bad.
Yeah, the last time I enchanted pans, I got like 3 rares and 2 of them were Gomras, and I was really sad. I would say it's D.
Yeah, absolutely D.
Even for like if it wasn't a rare, it still is not really useful.
Yeah.
Divine Miracle. Divine Miracle got nerfed in 1.0. I don't even know why. It's so bad.
I would say C just because 45% chance plus
But,
like Divine Intervention.
I mean, it used to be 60.
Yeah.
Like, I
If you
mean,
combine it with Divine, I mean that's a pretty good chance of saving your inventory.
well, it's like 2 different ones. They aren't additive.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, that sucks. I would say it's D tier then, just because. Or I mean, you can put it at C.
I mean,
I don't really know.
I mean, it
I'm
just
real
sounds kind of stupid, like having to like switch to divine before you die or something.
double jump.
Double jump, removed rare, version 1. Um,
Well,
uh,
I've I think I've seen somebody use double jumps and they looked pretty good, but like you can't really rate them because they're not part of the meta.
but
And
I would say there's something like Insaboom that can help you get away, so I would put him in B. If we put
yeah, I'd
Insaboom in
say
B.
B is fair.
Definitely not like S tier or anything. Assassin, I like Assassin. What do you think?
I've never used Assassin, but it's everybody says that it's terrible, but when I look at it, it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah,
Like
we're
I
talking
wouldn't
about
say it's A
Assassin
tier.
3, which is 3-second cooldown.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's A tier though.
Well, I would say it's A tier. Like, I mean, in mid it's useless, right? But like outside, a non's bowing
That's
you,
true.
boom, you're behind
Yeah,
them. Someone's comboing you, boom, you're behind them instead. I really like
put it at A
Assassin.
tier. It's good for outskirt streaking.
Yeah. Sadly, I have a pair of Assassin Pit MBA, so. Bottomless Quiver. I mean,
Um,
I
I
like
don't really.
volley exists if you need more arrows, so I would say it's pretty useless. So D.
I mean, I have a bottomless quiver MLB, and I don't really need to worry about running out of arrows when I'm using it. I wouldn't say it's D, just because like it removes the need to have volley.
I mean, okay, we can put it C. I don't think it's good. I mean, like I enchanted a bottomless 3 volley 2 though, with arrow armory as well. So it's, I guess. Okay. Jump spammer. Do you
I
like
would
jump
say
spammer?
jump spammer by itself is really bad, but if you have MLB, it suddenly turns really good. I would
I
say
mean,
A.
it's 24% damage. Yeah, sure. A. Yeah, okay. We can put it A. I'm fine with that. Fletching. Fletching is sharp, but for bows. 20% is
Yeah,
20% is better than 15 though.
I would put it with sharp on B.
Yeah. Okay. Fletch. Then next up,
First shot
first shot.
is literally only 5% more than fletching, and it only works on the first hit, so I would put it like D.
Yeah. If it were more, if it were like 40% or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Like 35, like the same as first strike, but 20,
Mhm.
25 just isn't a lot. Except maybe like first shot 3, true shot 3 or something, I don't
Mhm.
know. Sniper.
Sniper.
Sniper is a
I
good amount of damage, but you don't
I
really
only
hit
have
people.
one use for sniper, and that's like when I'm trying to streak with a bow and like shoot arrows into mid and stuff. And for that, it works pretty well. But otherwise, the enchant is just terrible. So I would say like C or maybe even D.
I think it's D. I think it's really not good. If it were less blocks, like 10 blocks or something, because like hitting someone that's like running from 10
Yeah.
blocks, like I would call that a snipe, but 24 is kind of a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, spammer and proud is the opposite of sniper. Do you
I
think that's
mean,
good?
I think it'd be decent for outskirt streaking, just so you can like start a combo on somebody and like deal extra damage.
Well,
But it's
I
still
just
pretty
realized
bad.
it's 1% more than fletching.
Bro, S tier, S tier, 1% more, S tier.
I would say it's B in that case. Spammer and pro.
Spammer and pro. I mean, I think that's what the majority of Hypixel thinks they are.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, arrow armory. Hear me out. 60% damage, you have a volley bow, you can get dupe arrows infinitely, and then switch to arrow armory,
Yeah,
60%.
I'd say arrow armory is really good if you have enough arrows to use it.
Yeah. And because like
Like,
it's 60, it's so much. I would say S,
yeah,
but we can put
I would say A, just because of the sheer amount of arrows it costs. You have to like really keep up. Like,
Okay.
if you don't have volley, you only get 4 shots.
I mean, if you have Bottomless Quiver 3, Arrow Armory 3, you're not losing any arrows.
That's true.
But, yeah. 60% is a lot though. Like
It
true,
is.
true Shot 3, Armory 3 is like the highest damage, I
Yeah.
think. But, you know. If push comes to shove, I don't really use it. What do you think?
I haven't used it either, but it's really good with volley, and it's also really funny to mess with, and it also can help keep people off of you. I'd say
Right.
it's A.
Yeah. I had a friend like use it to push me into Anon that was running away. So it was really yeah, A is fine. I think like if you can like push yourself with it, that's also really nice.
Yeah,
I've just never really used it. Parasite 3 is really good.
it is. Especially when you, again, have volley. Volley parasite's really good. Even just normal parasite's pretty good.
Is it only on fully drawn bows or just?
I'm pretty sure it works no matter what. It just
Yeah.
says arrow hit.
I'd say it's S in that case.
Yeah,
For a bow enchant, it's really good.
yeah.
Faster in the Shadow S? Question mark?
If you use it with electrolytes, it's probably S. If not, then I would say A.
Like, I think it's really good. Like, if someone's hunting you, they're running towards you, so you can like easily shoot 2 shots at them and then run
Yeah.
away with speed 4.
Yeah, but you have to like absolutely make sure that you hit those arrows or else you're screwed.
I mean, it's only 2 shots and it's speed 4, and you can
Yeah,
cover
speed 4 is pretty fast.
If it were speed 3, I'd say it's like A, but I think it's S.
Okay, that's fine.
What doesn't kill you? I really like it as well.
I mean, I've never used it. The only what doesn't kill you bow I have is on my MLB, so it's
That
like,
doesn't work.
yeah, exactly. But like 3.5 hearts for shooting yourself. Sometimes it can be difficult to shoot yourself,
I mean,
which in a
first
fast-paced
aid egg,
situation,
yeah, first aid egg is like 2.5, right?
yeah,
So faster than what doesn't kill you 2 is like a second first aid egg, pretty much.
yeah.
If
But like in a
if you're
fast-paced
getting hunted.
situation, you have to shoot yourself, and that might be difficult to do, like, quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I really, again, I really like it if I'm getting hunted, I can shoot myself for extra healing. And like 3.5 hearts is a lot.
Yeah. What's
But
the cooldown?
yeah,
3
it's
seconds?
it's 10 seconds. It's the same as first aid egg.
No, it's 3 seconds.
Well, it says 3, it's 10 seconds.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I'm pretty sure in game it's.
Well,
it also
no,
says 10.
sometimes I've shot myself with my MLB, and I'll hear like the little
Yeah.
cooldown noise after like not 10 seconds.
We can put it A, I guess. I don't want to say like every enchant that I like is S. I think it's for its use, it's really good. For if you get
Yeah.
hunted. Okay, Wasp.
Wasp, I would say, is S.
Okay. I mean, weakness 4, 16 seconds. Wait, is it weakness
That's a
4 in
lot.
game?
No, it's not. It's not.
Is it
vanilla
a weakness 7? I thought it was higher weakness, but yeah.
I thought it was higher weakness too.
Hmm.
Hold up.
Yeah, I think the list is just old.
Let me look real quick.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it's S then. I don't really use Wasp, but I know it's useful in 1v1s.
Oh, it is weakness 4. Interesting. I think weakness 7 is crush,
Yeah. Okay.
but it's still really good.
See, mixed combat. What is it? 30% extra damage. That's not enough for it to be good. What do you think?
I'd say it's pretty bad. Like, if
I would
if
say
you
it's-
specifically do bow combos, then it's pretty good. But like otherwise, it's just not good.
I'd put it on D, honestly.
Yeah, I'd put it on D too, just because you have to like make a real effort to actually make the enchant proc.
Okay, Sprint Drain.
I'd say Sprint Drain is at least A, if not S.
Yeah, Sprint Drain 3 is S. Like, come on. Speed 2, they get slowness. Come on.
Yeah, okay, put it on S.
For hunting, like MLB, even without MLB, Sprint Drain 3 is really good for hunting.
Yeah.
Chipping, I love chipping. 1.5. Oh, yeah?
Does chipping actually work? I feel like I've heard a lot of people say that chipping doesn't actually work.
Well, I was streaking. I was bowing into mid today with a chipping 1 Moctezuma 3, and I can tell you it works.
Oh, well, alright then.
Because the
In
way
that
true
case,
damage.
it's pretty good. It's true damage. If it
Yeah.
gives you true damage, I mean,
Like
you
it's
can't
1.5
exactly-
true damage. That's a lot.
That is a lot. I'd say A then. if
Especially
it
for it makes your bow actually do damage, just like true shot. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's
Volley.
volley chipping, volley parasite.
Volley's
Amazing.
just S.
Yeah.
Like, a
I mean-
lot of the bow rares are pretty good. Next is MLB, again, S.
Yeah. MLB, Major League Bronies, the pin down.
Major League B hopping.
Pin down is only useless to shoot into mid and take speed away from streakers.
Yeah, like, pin down is good, but it's situational. So I would say, like, A, probably. Or maybe even B.
Yeah, I would miss. Yeah, I would say B. I really don't think it's that useful. Okay, explosive. Explosive 3 is like decent, right?
I don't know, I've
it's like
never
a-
had an explosive bow, and I also don't know how much damage it deals. So,
Like explosive 3 is like the big explosion. So like with soups maybe, or like anything else. Like I've seen someone just use it like every once in a while, just bow into mid and they're like streaking in mid. I would say A. Like it's
yeah,
it's good.
that's fair.
It's not like amazing. Pull bow.
Pull bow's good for hunting.
I don't think it's S though.
I have a pull bow wasp, so that makes it even better.
Yeah, pull bow wasp. Yeah, but were you talking about just pull bow?
Well, I mean, pull bow by itself, it's not exactly that great because oftentimes when you pull them towards you, you'll hit them and they'll just go flying back straight forward, and now you have to pull them again. But like, I'd say it's at least A, or at least B, if not A. I would say A at the
Yeah, I
highest.
would say A. For rare, like I would say
Yeah.
sprint drain is as useful as pull bow, but sprint drain is a non-rare, so it's like higher.
Yeah.
Okay, Robin Hood. I've never used Robin Hood, obviously.
Yeah, neither have I. But from what I've seen clips of, it seems like it's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I would say
I've been hunted with Robin Hood. I
Oh.
guess.
yikes.
I mean, if you have bullet time, 3.
That's like the only defense.
Yeah, and Robin Hood chipping would be insane because all the true
Yeah.
damage doesn't get removed. But yeah. Okay, true shot. Again, I think true shot is S. Let's see. 45% of your edge damage is true damage, and it does extra
Yeah.
0.5.
I think that True Shot is S if you have other enchants that deal increased damage so that you can just increase that damage even more.
Yeah,
But I'd say S is fair.
I think it's definitely a rare that I would like to see if I get a rare. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, like true shot, and if you have first strike or something, you can you can like two shot people.
Devil's Chicks.
Devil's Sticks. There's a list.
Volley Devil's Chicks is definitely an S, but Devil's Chicks by itself.
I mean, I really like it. Like I said, I use it as like insta boom. But A is fair, I guess.
Yeah.
I do think it's really good though, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Telebo.
S.
I've only had Telebo once and used it once and then I sold it, but yeah, sure, Telebo.
I have a Telebo. I don't use it that often because I keep losing lives on it, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty good.
Because
Like a lot of
like
people
I've
use it.
enchanted every single bow rare except Telebo and MLB. Like except the like the two like best ones or whatever. And Robin obviously. Okay, Lucky Shot.
I have a Lucky Shot bow, and it also has Sniper on it, and that's what I use for like bow streaking. But it's pretty fun to use, but outside of that one specific scenario, it's not that great unless you have like MLB on it. So I would say like B.
I mean I think Lucky Shot 3 is like actually decent, like 10% isn't that low.
Yeah.
And I think it multiplies true damage as well, so Lucky Shot, True Shot, Lucky Shot chipping, stuff like that. I think is insane. But I would say A. Like it's not S, but maybe A for Lucky Shot 3 specifically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Gold Bump.
This is the bow version. Well, no, Gold Bump as a whole. I mean, if it's on pants, it's just worse Moctezuma. If it's on a bow, it's trash. If it's on a sword, again, it's just worse Moctezuma.
The thing is, Gold Bump is epic because without Gold Bump, you wouldn't be able to get Moctezuma and Gold Bump on a weapon or pants. Like if only
What?
Moctezuma existed, sure you get more, always get the better one, but you couldn't be
Oh,
able to
so you
get
have
both.
like...
Right? Like I have Moctezuma Gold Bump pants, they're really good. So Gold Bump is really good if paired with like Moctezuma. So I would say it's B.
Yeah, B. By itself, it's just Moctezuma,
Like
but
we are
worse.
ranking them by themselves, but Gold Bump
Yeah.
makes it that Moctezuma Gold Bump can exist.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's really good. Gold Boost. Again,
Gold Boost.
Gold Boost, Moctezuma, stuff like that, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
I'd say Gold Boost is better than Gold Bump though.
Really?
I would say A for Gold Bump, Gold Boost.
Oh, yeah. Would you put MBA on S then?
What?
Bit MBA? Because that's
Oh,
that's more
MBA.
gold. Gold Boost 3 is 45% and MBA is 50%.
Yeah, I'd say Pit MBA is really good.
Okay.
It's
Well,
just rare.
Okay, so Moctezuma, I guess.
Moctezuma's S.
Yeah. For resource enchant, it's S, definitely.
Yeah.
And then XP bump. We can put it with gold bump, I guess. Suppose. Well, actually, no. C.
XP Bump is worse than Gold Bump.
Yeah.
XP Bump is pretty bad.
It's decent for like low perceivers.
Yeah.
If you can't streak and you're just using like trash with XP bump, that's really good XP. But XP boost.
Again, it's worse than Gold Boost, but it's better than XP Bump.
Yeah.
I would say B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fair. And then strike gold.
Strike Gold. I cannot tell you how many times I've enchanted Strike Gold tokens.
Strike gold is
I hate this enchant so much.
3 gold every second. Wow. So that's so much better than like 400 gold a kill.
And then we have Critch.
Critically crit. It's as bad as strike gold.
It's just Strike Gold, but you have to crit.
Yeah. It's even worse. Pebble.
Pebble.
Worse than
Okay.
D.
We're not. I'm not a Pink Eve stan, but honestly, Pebble plus Trickle Down.
Yeah, Pebble, Trickle Down,
Good.
and the Nano Factory thing.
Yeah, I've done that before,
So-
and it's gotten me a lot of gold quickly.
Yeah, so basically Pebble is used for that strategy, and if you're using it for that strategy, it's pretty good, so B, I guess.
Yeah, B is fine.
And it heals you as well, so it's Pebble 3. Okay, combo XP. Unite with Unite. It doesn't work anymore.
I mean, I saw a strategy where somebody used it in Rage Pit, and that would yield a lot of XP. But like, otherwise, it's just kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean it's just not a lot of XP. Like if these enchants like kind of scaled a little bit with prestige, it would be maybe okay. Like for like a prestige 0 with combo XP 3 is really good, but
yeah, I would say B, just because it's better than XP bump and all these other ones.
I would say it's on the same level as XP bump. But
I mean,
it's yeah,
it's 36 XP, but it's every fit strike too, so yeah, I'd say C is fine then.
Yeah, it's like 7 XP every time you hit someone. Sweaty.
Sweaty S.
Yeah, for a resource enchant S. All you need for XP is Sweaty. Like for gold, you want like Moctezuma, gold boost, gold, but everything.
Yeah.
For XP,
you can
you only need Sweaty.
Hit the XP cap when you're using Sweaty.
Yeah. Lord.
Lodbrok.
Lodbrok is one of the reasons the D category has to exist.
Okay.
It's like.
Wait, but no, hear me out. Lodbrok plus Lucky Diamond. Hear me out.
Oh my god, that is so true.
Why does Lodbrok exist? Oh my god. Lodbrok. D minus.
Yeah. Pickpocket. Also, basically strike all crit, which pickpocket all garbage.
Pickpocket is, yeah, still garbage.
Pants Rider. I think Pants Rider is the most underrated thing. Like, Pants is.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to explain it. I'd say
if you can increase your mystic drop chance by, what is that? 180% if you use pants and a sword. Like, that's quite substantial.
Yeah, like pants are the currency of the pit, so like all the gold in the world only really helps you for your gold rack, but getting more pants makes you way more richer. So I would say at least A. I mean, I would say it's as good as Mocked, but we can put it A.
Sierra. Again, why? This is like Lodbrok tier.
Yeah,
actually,
I mean...
Think about it. If you're hunting somebody, you have to spend gold to buy the diamond armor, right? Unless you're hunting them in iron, in which case you're gonna lose lives on the sword anyways. And you don't get... I mean, okay, so if they're wearing a chest plate and boots, that's 180 gold when you kill them. A diamond chest plate costs more than that. So really you're just losing money every time you use this enchant.
What do you mean? You're not losing money. You're getting more money.
Well, you're getting more money than you would normally, but like, it's just not practical to use.
If there were more events that give people diamond armor, like Blockhead gives people diamond armor, if there were like some kind of like diamond frenzy events or something, then I'd say it's decent, but yeah, I guess it really is. I mean, I wouldn't say it's as useless as Lodbrok, but we can put it on...
I would say move it up to D.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sierra, you're better than Lodbrok.
Okay. Purple Gold.
Terrible. I mean, like, why? This is actually Lodbrok tier. Like, think about how long it takes to break a single piece of obsidian.
I mean, if you're hunting someone, they block themselves in, you mine it out, and you get regen from that.
Wow, amazing. It's I'd say it's Lodbrok tier, just because like it's just seriously inefficient for making.
I kind of made this here for something that's like actually completely useless, and you could say purple gold gives you, gold regen. Like technically it's useful.
Put it on D.
Technically it's trash and not uber trash. Oh, I nearly wrote trash on the sign. I nearly wrote sign on the sign. I have to stop talking. purple gold.
Self-checkout.
Self-checkout.
S.
Yeah, I guess. Self-checkout. You need it so that people don't hunt you if you're like on Uber or something.
Yeah. Next is Negotiator.
Negotiate used to be really good, but now I don't think contracts are just viable anymore for gold.
I mean, I like Negotiator 3 a lot. I would say it's A tier because it's double gold from contracts.
The thing, yeah, I used to do contracts all the time, and so I loved Negotiator. But since 1.0, it's just so much better to streak for money than it is to do contracts.
Yeah, but it's also a good alternative if you're like not.
Guess.
If you don't have gold gear or like everybody just hates you when you're streaking for some reason.
I guess if you're low press, you might want to do contracts, and then if you can somehow get Negotiator somehow, then I guess.
I still use contracts as a form of gold.
This is some kind of peasant joke. I'm too rich now. Okay. Now we're at the Aqua Pens. Club Rod.
Club Rod, yeah!
I mean, it's a default thing, so I wouldn't see. It's like somber, but for aquas. I mean, if you're wearing aqua pants, you want a fishing rod, right? To fish.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Fishing is so bad. D tier. Fuck.
Fishing is just the entirety of aqua pants is just a mistake.
Yeah, luck of the pond. Fish 30%. Oh wait. Yeah, only the tier 1s exist in the game. This list has tier 3s. So,
luck of the pond 3.
Yeah, woo. Rogue. Again.
Luck of the like all of the aqua enchants are just like golden trash basically.
Yeah, rod back. Your fishing rod knockback play. Doesn't fishing rod already do that?
Isn't that just what a fishing rod is for?
Yeah, I don't know
What?
either. Grandmaster. Now hear me out. True. It's only 0.5. It's so bad. It's trash. I don't think it even works. Portable pond.
Again.
Yeah. Portable pond. All the aqua pants. Unite.
Yeah.
I actually want to make a video where me and someone else have Unite on and then like street together, because it's like you can't hit each other.
Yeah.
So I mean I just don't have the Unite or the friends to do that. But would you say Unite is C? Yeah,
D.
you know what? Yeah, D.
It's all D.
It's all D. What about trophy though? You can
Still
trophy.
D.
You can
Again.
trophy and then swap to Pebble and make double the money. But yeah.
Glorified trash.
Tough crew. What? I didn't even know that exists. Is it even in the game? Stereo. You know what? Stereo is useless. It's
no, stereo is S tier.
Stereo is it's purely cosmetic. It's useless, just like the yellow, bro.
It's S tier.
Okay, it's so high up that it goes through the earth and is back to black tier. Okay, fractional reserve. We put protection in B and glad here. I think fractional reserve would be S in that case.
Yeah.
30% damage reduction is so good, and it's not hard to get, especially since 1.0. Pit MBA again. We put gold boost in B, so 4 reset enchants, resource, whatever.
Paparazzi is also S, I'd say. It's
if you-
harder to repair them now, but like, it's still really good for getting a lot of rewards.
I guess. I don't really need renown anymore, but yeah, if you do. I guess for King's Quest, speeding that up.
Yeah.
But Hidden Jewel, again, S.
S.
Like, the enchant itself doesn't do anything, but it makes Hidden Jewels. It makes good mystics.
It has the potential to make insane mystics.
Worm.
I'd say not D, just because it's useful for running around sewers. I'd say C.
Okay. Yeah, sure. It would be cool if instead of more kill XP, you got like more sewer chest rewards or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Aegis, again, not
I would
great.
say it's useful for streaking, I'd say.
Yeah, if like outside streaking or like during blockhead, I've used Aegis. I mean, if you have better mystics, it's not great, but like for a low prestige, Aegis are really affordable.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.
Trash Panda.
S.
I barely use it anymore.
I've never had a pair of trash pandas, but I'm still saying that they're S because you can not.
Well,
Instead of losing lives on your whole god set, you can just lose lives on a single pair of pants.
So you're saying you use Trash Panda to get to like 49 kill streak and then get all your gods? That's so stupid. I really don't think it's S. Like,
okay.
all I've used Trash Panda for is like doing an enchanting video where I'm standing like on top of the castle or something. I don't think it's great. Where's Hidden Jewel again? Oh, it's a sword version.
Oh, swords.
Oh,
okay.
It counts as a sewer enchant even though it's from Uber. That's interesting.
Hidden Jewel for swords is also S.
Yeah.
I'd say it's possibly even better than S. But like, we don't have that, so it's fine.
Okay, which one do you think is better, Hidden Jewel or Hidden Jewel?
Ooh, I mean, I don't know, man.
Well, the list also has like tier 2 and tier 3 Hidden Jewel. That's exactly the same.
Hidden Jewel 3.
So
it just like triples the amount of kills you need.
Well, ideally it would do the opposite of that. Okay, royalty. I think it's A.
S, just because it's more XP and you don't have to use pants for it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but I don't think. I mean, 10% isn't a lot though, so that's why I said A. But we can put it S. Like it doesn't take up any tokens or anything.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. Sure. Okay, now all the darks. Somber.
I feel like we need to grade dark pants based on an objective view of how useful they are, rather than saying I hate hunting, therefore somber is Lodbrok tier.
Yes, the good thing about Somber is that it's now you need heresy, so Darkroppers don't exist yet.
Somber's like the baseline.
I mean, for what it does, like I guess it's good, but like it's not for streaking definitely. It doesn't help you get more kills or anything.
I mean, dark pants are made for hunting. Like Somber, I would say is A, if not S.
I would say it's A. Like it's also on dark pants, so you get less defense because they're a chain or leather. Or
whatever. Just put it on A then.
Spite is Wars of Misery. I would say A or B. What do you think?
I would say B, just because like I've fought people that are using spites and it's like they take a lot of damage. Even though it's just 5% more damage, like it's really noticeable when you're fighting somebody using spites.
Okay, Sanguisuge, or however you pronounce it.
Sausage.
Okay. I nearly made the joke as well, but then I was like, no. Sausage, what do you think about sausage?
I mean, I've tried to use my pair of sausage pants and like I've gotten like one actually decent kill with them. I mean, they're not actually that bad because you can heal yourself pretty easily, but you just have to make sure that you don't like get comboed.
I put them on C.
Okay.
Okay. Misery's better spite. Misery's spite but true damage.
Misery and Venoms are like the two go-to hunting enchants, so I'd put it at S.
Sure. Needless Suffering is trash.
I mean,
you need to lose lives on them for them to activate, so that's why I really don't like them. I mean,
they're not. I would say C, just because it's really good for hunting.
Okay.
But it's like also not the best.
I think we need less of the pants in the game. Mind Assault.
Mind Assault is really, really, really good for Rage Pit in
Yeah.
2DM.
I hate them so much. Like in Rage Pit, I always use gold enchants because you get 2 times gold in Rage Pit, and I want to make
Yeah.
money. And then there's those people with minus gold that do like 4 hearts of damage per hit or something. It's really annoying. But I guess it's good. I guess it's
I
good.
love Mind Assault.
I guess it's good if you're poor and you need renown or whatever in Rage Pit. I don't know. And Team Deathmatch as well. I would rather use Moctezuma. Okay, Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper Soups used to be really good. But then SS Soups got nerfed.
Grim Reaper, I would put at D. It's just useless.
Yeah, and you can't speak with it because it doesn't work with SS Soups. I really hope Grim Reaper gets reworked.
Hedge fund! Yeah!
The thing, I wish hedge fund gave more money, because speaking with hedge fund would make so much
Yeah.
sense, because people couldn't mystic hunt you.
D. Absolutely D. Hedge fund is just so bad.
Yeah, if it were more gold, like Moctezuma 4 or something.
Yeah, if you don't get a kill with hedge funds, then you lose gold. Like,
Okay, well,
you have
I'm
to
not.
get a kill.
Well, if you're that bad that you just die instantly, sure. Anyway, golden handcuffs.
Practically, they're not that great, but it's also like sharing, like, if you claim a 5k, it's like sharing 700 gold or something with everybody.
It's so little gold, and if you're hunting someone, you shouldn't use something that doesn't give you extra damage.
Yeah.
I would put it on D, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's a rare. Like it's not just a perk, it's a rare.
It's so rare.
Okay, Heart Ripper.
It's really good for getting fresh from Trash Mystics.
I also feel like doing that though is kind of like boosting in a way, but
yeah, that's what I've thought about it too. So it's like, you would have to hunt people with Heart Rippers if you didn't want to boost.
And then it's kind of like the same as Golden Handcuffs, where it's like, use something that does damage.
But it's like,
if
people,
yeah,
whether we think it's right or not, people use Heart Rippers to boost. So it's like, I mean,
other people have made this suggestion, but if Heart Ripper was like a menu and you could like open it up and put trash inside and it recycles it,
yeah, that would make it a lot better.
That would make it like maybe even S. They're still kind of hard to get because they cost.
I would say C tier just because it has the potential to make money.
Yeah. Venom, sure, I guess. It's dumb that it exists, but again, it's good. If you're using it, if you're hopping with it or something, I don't know. Nostalgia, for a rare as well, really not great.
It's really bad.
It's the same as Pro. So like 10% damage reduction. I would say, I guess C in that case. If it's basically the same as Pro and we put Pro on B.
I mean, it covers for a little bit of the defense you lose by wearing dark pants, so...
yeah. I think it's better than like the ones we put on D.
Yeah.
Okay, Lycanthropy. It's region 2 and speed 1 at night. It's really annoying to get hunted in the night with
I would say it's A.
Okay. It's situational, but it's really good at night, I guess.
Yeah, the only downside is you can't actually get speed after it turns day for the next day, so...
Oh yeah. I guess if you're just hunting, you don't care about that anyway. Okay,
yeah.
Guardian. If we put royalty on where did we put royalty? Here. If we put royalty S, Guardian is also S.
Yeah.
And it's definitely better. Like 10% damage reduction. Pretty useful.
Evil Within.
Evil Within. Okay, Evil Within. I really like the enchant, but the boots you just can't wear them because they keep swapping out for iron.
Yeah.
So the enchant itself is S in my opinion.
Yeah.
The item isn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd agree with that. Alright, so now we're on to Rage Pants.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Rage Pants, obviously, we talked about that earlier. We've barely even seen Rage Pants. I've made 2 pairs, but Rage Pants are so rare and expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Like, I've never seen anybody use Rage Pants.
yeah. I guess so we can start. Hi-Ho 3. 3 damage against mirror wearers. The thing
3
about-
base damage is a lot.
Hi-Ho is absolutely OP, but only if someone's using mirror. And other people say like mirror is supposed to be a counter, so this is a counter to a counter, which is kind of like is it
Yeah.
neat? Like I don't think Hi-Ho should be in the game.
Neither do I, but nevertheless, it's still a good enchant.
I would say it's A, just because it's only if someone's using mirror.
Yeah, and
mean,
if
it were like mirror and solitude and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but it's only mirror, so
like you can get extra base damage by using a spade,
yeah.
and that deals 7 base. So if they're wearing chestplate and boots, that's a 9 base.
And then with
Hey-ho,
Hi-Ho, that would be
12 base.
Yeah. Okay, New Deal. Billionaire is much more common. I feel like people use Billionaire more. So
Yeah.
actually, I think, and it also is like kind of like minus 8% damage. So it's
Mhm.
not just the counter. So I would say
If
Wait.
you get New Deal Mirror, you are like a god, basically.
yeah. I mean they can still have like Shark and kill you like or Darks, but Darks don't work against Rage, right? Or they do.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, whatever. I would say
Uh,
New Deal's above Hi-Ho, but I don't know. I don't know if New Deal's S. Actually, yes, it is. Never mind.
Yeah, I would say New Deal's S.
New Deal. I mean, pretty much everyone that streaks in mid has Bill and kills everyone.
Mhm.
That's really
Mhm.
annoying. Okay, do it like the French.
As much as I hate the fact that this enchant exists, it is absolutely broken, and therefore I say it's S.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people use G-Helms. Do it like the French. I guess. I mean, it's definitely a good enchant. People use golden helmets more than they use mirror.
Yeah.
For what it does, it's good. Yeah, that's why it's S, I suppose. Breaking charge. Every second strike clears resistance from your target.
That's actually really useful for hunting someone streaking at mid.
I feel like
But
in a
like,
1v1 people don't really have resistance though.
yeah.
It'll,
But like,
yeah.
if you're streaking at mid and somebody comes with breaching charge, they're like, you're like struggling to keep your resistance up, and you have to like stop streaking mid if you want to survive.
I mean, at the same time, every time you get one single kill, your resistance is back, and they have to hit you twice again.
Yeah.
So I don't think maybe B.
Yeah, because here's the other thing about breaching charge is that what was I gonna say? I'm stupid. Hold on.
Yeah, like the thing is, resistance is only like dirty is only 4 seconds anyway. Like it's such
Yeah.
a short duration anyway.
Like, you also have to sacrifice using a different kind of pants that would actually deal damage just to clear resistance from your target.
yeah, honestly,
And
C.
using darks would work better than breaching charge.
Do you think we should like be a bit more whatever the word is, because they do
Critical?
cost so much. Like rage prints are so expensive.
No, I think we should
Okay.
just rate the enchants themselves.
Okay, so really toxic. Is really toxic Venom or is it just healing reduction?
No, it's healing reduction.
Okay, I have no idea if this is good or not.
Neither do I. I mean, I don't know. I had really toxic 1 and it was terrible, but that's also not the same as really toxic 3.
So
I guess if you're hunting somebody, it prevents them from like using lifesteal or first aid leg.
so if you hit someone 20 times in 30 seconds, they don't heal anymore. So if you're in a 1v1, that's actually like really good, I suppose.
I don't know. You just have to like, your opponent has to be really stupid and let them keep hitting you if you want to get actual use out of it. So I'd say
Okay,
it's
what if you have like
B.
really toxic 3, crit funky 3, and you're getting hopped on by like a duelist hopper or something, and you could eventually like, make the dualism disappear. Or it's only 40%, not all. Yeah, I would say C in that case. It doesn't make their healing go away completely. you think C is fair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not that great.
Then there's Sybil. Like, what does Sybil even...
Sybil,
Does it work for Shark?
Sybil was nerfed to 4 players, first of all. So basically, for anything that is affected by a player count, it adds 4 players.
Okay,
Basically, you count as 4 players.
so it's like only Knocklad, Solitude, Pit MBA, and does it work for Shark? Or do you have to be like do you have to be at the below 6 hearts for it
I don't know.
to count for Shark?
It also works with Gladiator.
Oh yeah, mine is Soul, and I said Knocklad, and it says enchants and gladiators at work.
It's
Does it work for gladiator?
It works
Oh.
for perks.
Perks as well. Yeah, I didn't see that.
It's enchant / perks.
I guess if you're hunting with someone, or just in general, if you're with someone, it's okay.
I'd say it's B.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like everybody was complaining about Sybil being broken, but it's really not.
Okay. Then regularity 3. I have regularity 3. I tested it on someone, it didn't really work. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's literally just ferocity from Skyblock.
Well,
but
it's not even
worse.
that. Like, your opponent has to be super tanky for you to deal that little damage.
Yeah, I guess it'd be good for like a 1v1.
No,
I don't know, it just doesn't seem all that great.
yeah, and it's a rare on really expensive pens. I would say it's a D.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's Think of the People. I think that it should work with Gamble. Because Executioner Burn both do true damage, why doesn't it do... Or it should work with like all true damage or something.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people hate that the way Think of the People works right now. It's like actually really good. I would say it's S tier. It's stupid, but it's S.
I mean, I think it's really just to annoy people. I don't
Yeah.
think it's really that helpful. Okay, then there's 2 more in the no rage patch. So there's
no rage.
Breaks, which downgrades the speed to speed 1.
It's just terrible. Like,
And
how often is somebody you're hunting going to have above speed 1?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It just like almost never has any use.
Like if it removed speed then, or like
Yeah.
if it were like -1 speed level or something.
Like, if they made it remove speed, then you could like actually use it against people on Highlander or Overdrive.
And
it
then
would actually be useful.
And then they receive -10% damage from players above you. Does that mean like if they have the high ground?
I guess. I don't know. Even
I mean,
that is just like not useful either.
Yeah, shouldn't the opposite be better? Like if they have the low ground, they're comboing you.
Yeah,
or
that's
like,
true.
I would say like C. It's like not terrible, but
honestly, I would say it's almost Lodbrok tier.
okay, we can put a D.
D.
I'm fine with D. And now the crowning the last one. RGM.
Gravity microcosm.
So I've never used it, but I've seen someone use it in a screen share thing. Is it? I think it's pretty good.
My opinion is that this enchant is a godsend from Miniclune. If everybody gets a pair of these pants, then hoppers are no more. Unless they're dark hoppers, but you know. But it's also really stupidly overpowered. It's definitely S.
Yeah,
oh, above S, yes.
Like it was working just like, or I think it works like even if different people hit you, it still does the effect.
Yeah.
Something like that.
RGM is just broken in all of the good ways. Alright.
Alright. Complete
Well,
list.
that is all of the enchants. Let's look at what we have.
I just we've been recording for 1 hour 40 minutes.
Oh my god. I mean, we said this be a long video.
Yeah,
Can't really complain.
So, if you want to see this list, you can, right? People can just visit you in housing. And then be like,
dude.
oh my god, Sir Doge touched this sign, holy shit.
Do /visit endernate124 in housing, and you'll find this sign.
And give him a cookie or something. Okay, this was fun though. I finally talked about stuff, did a video.
Yeah, I enjoyed making this. I got to let out all of my rage about stupid enchants.
Yeah. Like Lodbrok. Why does Lodbrok?
Lodbrok.
Like what were they thinking? Adding Lodbrok. What? Anyway. Okay. Well, in that case, the video ends here. Do you have anything else to say?
I do not have anything else to say except for subscribe to me, endernate124. It's literally just my name. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He doesn't even have a bounty cloak. Like, can you really trust him? God, I really wish it was a 10k bounty cloak for like prestige 20 or something.
Oh
That'd
yeah.
be so cool. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you whenever I do a next thing. And
I guess I can say the same too.
yeah, endernate also makes videos. I watched one. It was informative, I guess.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to Sir Doge and myself.
Sure. But if you want more pig content, only
Yes.
then. I mean, if you watch this entire video, then yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you watch the entire thing, you're a legend.
Sure. Okay. Bye. See ya.
Yeah, goodbye.